When Kieran Trippier scored Newcastle's third goal from a direct free kick, St James's Park was absolutely bouncing. It was amazing. And to win a game that was so important, 3-1, was just brilliant. I mean, the game was just great for so many reasons for Newcastle. Firstly, it took them out of the relegation zone. Amazing. Secondly, it was the first time we have won a game by more than 2 goals, or even had a lead of 2 goals or more ever all season. It's the first time we have come from behind to win, and it is the first time we've won back-to-back games all season as well. We are undefeated in the last 4 league games. We are doing all right. We are doing all right. Whisper it quietly. We seem to be doing all right. And, you know, we deserve to beat Everton. It was a good performance, certainly in the second half. The first half, maybe not so good. Until we equalised, I think that we were pretty rubbish, actually. I was disappointed with how little we created, and that was concerning for me. But as soon as we lost the lead, as soon as we conceded a goal, and then equalised within 2 minutes, we never looked back from that moment. And that, for me, was fantastic. The second half, we were absolutely the better team. We were really the only team in the second half attacking. I don't think Dubravka had anything to do of note in the second half. And, you know, we did well, and we were worthy winners. And really, on another day, we could have scored 4, possibly 5. And Everton couldn't have complained about that. In terms of the new signings, I think that Target at left-back played really, really well. His positioning and the actual defensive play, tackling and so on, was excellent. And really, really pleased to see, just a solid left-back performance from him. Nothing flashy, but just very, very good. Chris Wood up front, a bit isolated, certainly in the first half. He had a couple of chances in the second half. But the fact is, we have to get more service to Chris Wood. If we want him to score goals, you have to give him chances. You can't blame a striker for not scoring if he doesn't have chances, if he's feeding off scraps. And, he did do some good stuff in the match. So I just really hope for his sake that happens in the next few games and that he gets his first goal for the club, and he can just take it from there. Because let's be honest, until Wilson comes back, we're going to be playing Wood up front, and, we need him to score some goals. So we need to provide him with some more goals. As for the other new signing who did play, Kieran Trippier at right back. I know he's obviously not his first game for the club, nor was it Chris Wood's first game for the club. But Trippier is just a class above. Like, he is, you can just tell we've bought a better calibre of player just from the way he plays. Like his vision and some of the stuff he does, like in terms of defensive play, then turning it very, very quickly into an attacking pass, is phenomenal. We've not had that kind of talent at the club for a long, long time. It's great to see. And his goal was just an absolute thing of beauty. It was just a perfect free kick. And you just knew as soon as he hit it, it was in. You just knew that Pickford didn't stand a chance with it, especially with those arms. It was just a brilliant moment, and it capped off a really nice evening. Murphy was unlucky, hit the post right at the end, and Sam Maximin had another chance towards the end where he went on a really amazing dribble. One of the dribbles that he went on all night where the Everton players couldn't touch him without fouling him. And if he'd just looked up, he would have actually seen Chris Wood on the penalty spot on his own, and he probably would have scored. But as it turned out, it didn't matter. It didn't matter in the end. We played well. We deserved the win. There was a few heads being scratched before the match because the team selection looked it was a bit disappointing, if we're honest. Like, I was a bit underwhelmed by it because the only change from the Leeds match was obviously Target coming in at left back, and there was no Bruno and all that kind of stuff. And it did feel a bit like, what has Eddie Howe got this right? And the first half, the majority of the first half performance was like, well, this is the same old. Where are the new players? Why are we not? Well, I said the new players. What I'm really talking about is, where's Bruno? Like, we all wanted Bruno to play. But when you think about it, I think Eddie Howe got it right. Because Bruno had been playing in South America. He travelled back and he went to France. And then he'd flown from France to England. And he'd only been in England for like 48 hours or something by kickoff. So you can't blame him for putting him on the bench. And obviously he came on, had a bit of a cameo for the last 6 minutes, I think it was. And even in those 6 minutes, we just saw glimmers and glimpses of a very special player that we all hope. I mean, he did a few things. You know, he barely touched the ball, but when he did, on the 2 or 3 times he touched the ball, he did amazing things. He did this cool back heel in the corner, the Gallowgate East Stand corner, Strawberry corner, and it was really cool to Joe Linton. And just little things like that. It's like that is the way to win the crowd over immediately. Just fantastic to see. So he's exciting. I fully expect him to be in the starting lineup against Villa on Sunday, and we'll just see what happens. But he looks very, very exciting, and I think going back to the team selection thing, so we were scratching our heads, we were a bit disappointed, but actually because we won, Eddie Howe did get it right. I think if the result had not been a win, maybe there would have been some question marks about that. But ultimately, you can't blame Howe for what he did, and it did work out in the end, so that's very good. From here, then, what do we do? Well, everything's in our hands. It gives us real hope for survival now. We've got belief, proper belief. I mean, beating Everton wasn't just good for the fact that we got 3 points and we came out of the relegation zone, but actually we dragged Everton right into it as well. So now we've pulled a team down, another team that we can realistically hope to kind of keep on top of. It just gives us more chance of survival if we have more teams down there to kind of get on top of. So Everton are in big trouble. They look very rubbish. Lampard has got a huge job on there to keep them up this season. I think he probably will, but ultimately they weren't very good when we played them last night. So, but that's good for us. That is a good thing for us. We only need to finish 17th, and I really feel like we can do that now. I really feel like if we can keep this run going, we've got Villa at the weekend. Like I said, that is huge. Again, it's another massive game. Villa are going to be tougher than Everton without a doubt. They're a better team, but we've got good spirit. We've got good players. We've got Bruno coming in. I think we might have enough. A month ago, when we lost to Cambridge in the cup, I couldn't believe it. I just thought that was it. Even though it was a cup game, I just felt, how do we go from here? Then we had the Watford disappointment of not beating them, and it felt hopeless. But actually, I feel like we've put ourselves in a position. It was all about keeping in touch until January. Now that January's over, we are now out of the bottom 3, albeit depending on other results this evening. But ultimately, it's down to us. We can do it. It's in our hands. We just have to win enough games, and I think we can do it. I really do think we can do it. I'm not going to get too confident because it's a long half of a season that's left, but yeah, I feel pretty confident compared to how I felt like a month ago or so. So yeah, bring it on. Brilliant game. So pleased to be there. The atmosphere was amazing. St James's Park is the best place in the world to be when it is like that. And yeah, just roll on Villa. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on the match. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you really soon for another video.